I don't think you can name one. I cannot name one single guy that would go home with a girl at 3 in the morning, wasted, just to make out and have her sleep next to him, and then say, "Hey, let me take you home in the morning." I cannot name one single guy.
I can't name
Girls can name them. Girls can name them. Guys can't.
What's good about hooking up in college?
There's lots of choices.
Hooking up? No, I'm not familiar with that term.
I had a friend who threw up on his girlfriend in the middle of drunken sex.
You know, I like to always say I'm not an alcoholic, I'm an alcohol abuser, you know.
And sometimes there's a real fine line between the alcohol abuser and the alcoholic.
Do you think there is a hookup culture?
Most of the time when I did have hookups, it was because I was either drunk or I was on drugs.
Okay, girls are getting the screw here. But from the guys I've talked to, they deal with the same things. So it's something that both guys and girls deal with.
As far as like how to, you know, get with a girl, kind of what they refer to as spitting game or having good lines and things like that.
There's so many horrible things that come out of just one drunken night of meaningless sex.
What is hooking up?
Hooking up to me would be anything kissing and beyond.
Anything an older brother would not want you doing with his younger sister.
Kissing all the way up to sexual intercourse.
Hooking up, just going out, having a good time, finding, you know, a lovely lady, hopefully, you know. Hopefully they're good looking. You know, sometimes you gotta pick and choose, you know, but...
I'm looking for hookups. I mean, when I think of hooking up, I think of like someone, like you go to a party and you meet someone and you go home with them and then you have sex and then you may or may not talk to them ever again.
Holding hands and, you know, maybe making out, but I don't mean like sex.
When you're physically intimate with someone and it's not necessarily something that you could really see going much further into something serious.
So, you know, first, second, third base, home run, it doesn't matter.
This started as a feature film, and that was originally 82 minutes. That one is still available. I don't lecture with that one as often, but I was on the film festival circuit with that. And that being said, I want to give a little bit of my background, because I'm sure you're probably curious why somebody, you know, my age has come out and made a film on the college hookup culture. Well, I did not wake up one morning and decide, oh, gee, today's the day I need to make a film on the college hookup culture. I actually had a friend who's a campus psychologist at a major university, and she was also the sexual assault responder on campus, and she's actually the one that approached me about making a film. And it was a very, you know, timely week off, because that week some money that had been owed to me for a long time, I won't say who, my ex-husband, okay. He finally paid me the money that he owed me. And that week I knew I needed to make a film and finish the film. And from there it took me 2.5 years, almost 2.5 years of going out in the field, interviewing students, going to different campuses, interviewing experts. And so this, what you're going to see tonight, is 35 minutes taken from my feature film. This is not the upside of the college hookup culture. This is intentionally made to be a wake-up call. I am extremely open to dialogue, conversation, feedback, questions, suggestions. There's a lot of college students in here. I would love to hear from you. And I'd love to hear anything you have to say. I'm here to learn as well. So the main purpose for me when I come in as a through a filmmaker's lens and an activist is to get dialogue going about it, to get people talking about it, to, you know, and then in some cases, you know, I feel like my job is just to reach down and pull some people's heads out of the sand. I mean, this is like the first step. I can speak to what you are talking about, though, and, you know, this takes this conversation to a different level if everybody is willing to go there. When you say that a whole bunch of people are lining up, I'm coming. When you say that a whole bunch of people are lining up against the wall, hooking up, my mind just went a little bit crazy there. So, graphic-wise, let's say, I mean, are they clothed? Do they have clothes on? Are they kissing?
They were clothed, but they were like, how you say,
we was making out.
Oh,
grinding.
Up against the wall.
Grinding.
And
a guy, let's take a scenario, you're out, you're drunk, listen, I've been drinking, but I find you, you know, I would like to have sex with you, but I had 4 drinks, but, you know, right now I'd really like to have some sex. I mean, what, I mean, how can we get to that level of comfortableness where we can talk like that? Because what you're saying is right. Because if there wasn't such a stigma about talking and open communication and, you know, how do we get away from the text messaging, everybody? I mean, come on, you can't text message, you know, somebody's standing there, you look hot, you want to have sex. I mean, you know, it's got to come out the mouth. We got to have some verbal communication. I've come here today to start a conversation about this, to open up dialogue, to get people to understand and to get me to understand, you know, what are the pros, what are the cons of college hookup culture? And hopefully with all of your help today, we can kind of navigate the waters together. And so without further ado, we're going to start, and I'll be back for Q&A right after the film.